Hi friends, I'm Phoebe and I'm on a music discovery journey. I'd like to invite you to join me. Please like and subscribe if you like what you hear. I'm currently checking out Ren and a bunch of other rabbit holes. There's a lot of rock and rock subgenres that I'm enjoying, and basically I fell behind with music for many years and I'm just wanting to cover bands that I've maybe missed along the way or never heard of before. That's where you come in. Some of you have been suggesting things to me and I have been taking on suggestions from friends, family and you lot, and also sharing some of my favourites along the way. Now, Ren has been heavily recommended by a bunch of people and I've been enjoying a lot of Ren's work. We have someone that has, I want to say Dia Dojikiko. Now, I have probably butchered that, but I'm going to put their name in the description. They said another one that is overlooked a lot is Domino. It's actually one of my favourites by him, and a lot of reactors don't give it the time of day. It's not a light-hearted one, but it's fantastic. Now, I'm not sure what the response is from reactors because I can't look that up until I've done this. And I don't want to search and then see things that give it away. I feel like that's a bit of a spoiler for me. So, regardless of what has been said, I'm taking this one on board because apparently it's been overlooked sometimes. I have no idea. But this is Ren Dominoes, and it's the lyric video. So the lyrics are included in this. It's 4-minute song. It's not light-hearted. So we do have tissues ready just in case, but it might not be that bad. Let's see. Might not be sad. That's nice.
Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you built this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling.
Could this be like a jab at labels, or is this more of a person thing? Providing a false sense of security? Either way, it's saying you build us up just to knock us back down. That's definitely giving some false sense of security. And then saying, funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. I wonder. It's definitely an entity making him write this, making him feel like this.
Build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurity. In a kingdom of Photoshop, kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes.
Oh my god. It's like social media. My smile shows all my insecurities, and there's a pun there. Oh my god. I absolutely hate my teeth. And I am very conscious of them, especially my lower teeth. And I have, when I was younger, I had a deficiency that meant that I've got, I don't know if it's calcium, that there's a part of my tooth that actually doesn't show up so much on the screen, but there's a lighter bit on my teeth. Now, I've never had anything done to my teeth. I've never had, apart from braces when I was younger on my top teeth, because I had an underbite, which meant that my lower teeth were in front of my top teeth. So the only thing that they did, even though my bottom teeth are all over the place, they just straightened out and brought forward top teeth a little bit. I say because I grew up with my twin sister and we both kind of had similar things, although she didn't actually have the metal braces that live in your teeth for a while. What a way to say that. She just had a retainer and her teeth turned out fine as well. But my bottom teeth, yeah, anyway, the top one, I've got like a white mark, but I've never had issues with my teeth as such. They've always come back. I've never had any fillings or anything like that. So they're healthy, but they just don't look healthy. They're like yellowy, and I don't know why. I don't smoke. I guess I drink some tea, but not all the time. Either way, I'm very insecure about that. God, I've just offloaded. That came out of nowhere. Ren has this ability to let us feel like we can share everything, and I do overshare. That's part of I share. And I know that the renegades watching particularly will welcome that. I like sharing about me. I like sharing my story as well. But sometimes I don't like bringing a massive tangent during a song that I'm listening to on here. So we can keep that later. But it's important for the song. Like it's something I can absolutely relate to. Bleed me of all my self-belief. We live in a world where on social media, it's this Photoshop kings and queens. Everyone edits their photos. I never edit my photos. I think it's really important not to do that. But, you know, if people are going to do it, let them. It's down to them. But that can create a lot of insecurities in other people. And that might be why they have edited, because they are insecure because of what society has taught over the years. And whilst it's a very popular thing that we talk about now more than ever, it still happens. Body shaming, weight shaming. If you've got a certain shaped nose, I grew up, I was bullied because my nose was big and pointy, and it was just, I was born like that, you know. But that was something that I was so conscious of that I changed it. And I did do it for me because I felt a lot more confident. But I don't encourage people to change themselves. Like I personally don't regret it, and it's a very personal choice, and it gave me a lot more confidence. But also, that's a result of feeling like I didn't want to stay with the one that I was given. You know, it's a very sensitive subject. It's a very difficult one for me to actually talk about and discuss. So I don't know why I've almost invited comments on it. But regardless, I ultimately I wanted that. I didn't do it for anyone else, but I did it as a result of the years of feeling really rubbish about it. That's another tangent. And so yeah, it doesn't matter what people will say. People will say, "Oh, you look great no matter what," and that's a fair comment, but it doesn't always make things feel okay for the person, and it's exactly a result of this. What Ren is saying, like, I've succumbed to societal pressures. It's kind of sad, but I do justify it. I do justify it a lot in that I'm happier that I've done it. I don't regret it. But like, yeah, there's a whole subject. Anyway, let's get back to the song. This is really interesting. I didn't realize it was going to be. I knew it wasn't light-hearted, but I didn't know what kind of message it was going to bring. I might not cry, and that's all right. I'm not forcing anything, but it's very relatable.
So bleed me of all my self-belief.
See?
My smile shows all my insecurity. In the kingdom of Photoshop, kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells.
Also, that like background, I don't know what that noise is I don't know what he's used to create that. It would be cool if there's like a behind the scenes video somewhere, the addition over the guitar. It's like it's not fully distracting, but it's slightly distracting that it's existing.
In a kingdom of
Hear that?
photoshopped kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves.
I don't know what
but
that is.
insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes,
It's got a very
dominoes falling.
catchy.
You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Aria was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorise fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life she felt ugly. So Aria stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Aria felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood. 'Cause she never felt enough, she never felt enough. Your sellers told this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise. When you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble.
Oh my god. Oh. My I don't know what's going on, why it's shaking. Oh, there were so many lyrics there that just oh my god. I didn't have the lyrics up because they were coming up on the screen, but oh my god. Okay. God, this was 9 years old. Oh my god. I wonder if this is a true story. I can imagine he's been influenced by true stories. Aria was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. And your soul shines bright from the inside. It doesn't matter what's on the outside, you know. It sounds really hypocritical saying this because of what I just shared with you, but it's so true. It's so true. The amount of pressure that people feel, and then it's what's next after that, what's next after that. Thankfully I'm in a place where I'm okay with myself. There's always stuff that I'd be like, oh, I wish I could, you know, whiten my teeth and straighten my teeth a bit more, but like I'm okay now. But there are people that they do one thing, then they do something else, then they do something else, then they do something else, and it becomes this race to, or this ongoing struggle to be a perfect version when we are already perfect as we are. And As soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright it was that she gleamed. Such a simple set of lyrics, but it's really it's really relatable. And not even that, you can see when that happens with people. You can see when they're trying to keep up, when they're getting down about things. And I know I said earlier, like, you can say, oh, you look great without this, or you look great without that. Unfortunately, and as frustrating as it is, the person you'll be referring to doesn't see it. There's a lot of body dysmorphia, there's a lot of image dysmorphia. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? But there's a lot of that when even someone that you think is the most beautiful person in this world could be secretly just hating themselves. And it's such a shitty thing that society has had for so long. And talking about it is so important. But will it ever change, or is it? Because it still happens. You get media talking about famous people on holiday, and like, oh, someone's eating a few extra fries today. Like, fucking let them live. Who cares? Like, I can't believe in this day and age that they are still making articles like that, but they exist. It's just disgusting. And then you wonder why people are ashamed of eating, or of not being a certain weight, because society deems unrealistic expectations and unrealistic peak to strive towards, that just is it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And yet I've succumbed to some of this myself. It's very easy to get lost in all of that. So it has struck a nerve. It has and it's important to talk about these things. No matter how much she'd lost or how much she'd bought, she was never good enough. Or so she thought. This is her voice in her head saying that. And then she started self-harming. And poor thing. And that's not the only time that's ever happened. God, how does he do it? It sounds kind of somber from the start, but they really get you, don't they? Let's go back to her story. That just got me.
Aria was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorise fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly. So Aria stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Aria felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in a puddle of her tears and blood. Cause she never felt enough, she never felt enough. Your sellers sold this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you're force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, moulded like a factory. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly. It's lunacy, and not even a community, cause insecurity breeds judgment, judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. And I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck sort of culture do we live in, when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling like dominoes.
Oh my god, that is so underrated. If that's not being talked about enough, that there's something wrong. But I hope you're wrong. I hope there are loads of people talking about this one. Oh, just need to breathe a bit. Oh my god, this is only the second video of the day. I was warned it wasn't light-hearted, but I didn't realise it would. Oh, I didn't realise it would get me. That last, oh my god, the lyrics. Oh, they really meant so much. We need force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Funny how you act surprised when depression levels rise. You know what, I even feel kind of guilty or responsible for the fact I've changed something about myself, because that sends a message to other people. It sends a message to other people that I wasn't happy with how it was before. And I hope you're not watching this, Kate. I have a twin sister called Katie, and I know we are identical, or we were, and I changed that, and I know she wants to do the same. But would she have wanted to do the same if I hadn't done it? And I feel so responsible for that right now. Oh, what a stupid society we live in. Television shows that praise the beautiful people. We're talking about people that have lost weight, but like to the point where they look ill, because it can become an obsession. I know about that. We're growing up to fear feeling ugly. It's true. I turn 40 next year, and I'm terrified. And one of the things I've been thinking is I'm not getting any younger, and I've been worried about how I'm gonna look. It's so shallow. It's such a fucking stupid thing to get sad about. When we are living this life, we should be making the most of this life. We shouldn't care about that shit. I don't care about material things. I don't care about designer brands. Why do I care about looks? Because society has done that. And no matter how much we try and talk about it, it still happens. it's been happening forever, right? It's lunacy, literally says it in the lyrics. Judgment breeds hate, not unity. It says a knife in the community because insecurity breeds judgment. Judgment breeds hate, not unity. A hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. I feel so strongly about that. I feel so strongly about that because I was one of those kids. And not just one of those kids, but as an adult, I had some kids walk past me one day and someone was talking about the hooter on my nose. Just right in front of me as they walked past, they were like, "Oh, did you see that girl?" They all looked around, and it's just a horrible situation to be in. Imagine that's what you talk to your friends about in the street. And I don't think any of those kind of people would be watching this video anyway, but if you are that type of person that makes fun of people for how they look, shame on you. But I hope you realise that it's not okay. It's not cool to make fun of someone for reasons out of their control. We don't get to choose when we're born what we look like. And it just makes me feel really strongly about that. How dare anyone feel like they can put others down? Jeez. Ah, Ren. That was really unexpected. I just hope that people can see how much damage they can do with words. And even another thing to be mindful of, and this rubs me up the wrong way a lot, when people body shame others publicly. Even talking about dick size. I hope I'm allowed to say that on here. There will be people watching others say that. If you attack someone and you bring that into it, someone else might be watching, and someone else might be made to feel very insecure because of that. Now, I am not a man and I don't have a D, but you can just imagine, right? Someone might think it's funny to make fun of someone because they've, I don't know, been a bit of a creep, but to bring that into it, I don't agree with. I can agree with, telling someone off for being a creep, telling someone off for doing something like that, but bringing a body part into it is just not okay, and I really hope that makes people think twice. Because while some people might think it's funny, that's hurting someone else. Why would you want to upset someone, make them feel insecure? But I guess that's what society has taught a lot of people. And I'm not perfect either. When I was younger, I learned silly things from others growing up. I was easily influenced by silly people. And it's taken me a long time to learn that stuff like that isn't okay. And how it feels. Bullying is just such a horrible thing that exists as well. Like, it's so scarring, it's so damaging, clearly. And no one deserves that. Nobody. But that's another thing that kids are influenced by or learn from others and think it's cool. Growing up, how do we stop that from happening? I guess parenting, teaching them what's not okay, but it's just so common. And it needs to be like a wake-up call, a lesson in school to show what can happen over the years. But how old would kids need to be when they're mature enough to understand that? These are the thoughts that enter my mind regularly. It's kind of cathartic. Wow, it's 30 minutes, this video, and this track's only 4 minutes long. Okay. I guess it's clearly a really hard-hitting piece, and it was written for a reason. Like all Ren's work, it was written to make us think twice, and think twice about what we say and how we treat others, but also think twice about how can we stop this, how can we change this, how can we even just make a slight change in the world. I guess using this platform for that kind of thing is important to me. One of the most important reasons for being on the internet and doing content on the internet is to hopefully educate people. If I can make someone think twice about how they've been, and it's okay if you've done this, it's okay if you've done it in the past. The important thing, and one of the most respectful things, is kind of admitting that maybe that was not good, that maybe that was wrong, and that how can you change to improve and not do that again. That's so powerful. If I could make anyone do that, that would be extremely powerful. But even if not, just putting it out there, having people take it in, process it, for me that feels like I'm doing something. And even though I feel quite powerless, and I'm not the loudest person in the world, I'm not the most popular person in the world, and that's okay, I don't want to be, but I don't know, the message is getting out to some people at least, and that's what I can do. That's all I can do for the moment, at least. Well, there's probably a lot more that I can do, but that's one of the most powerful things that I can think of doing, and that's why I do this as well. I'm okay now. I think I'm okay. I'm okay. We're gonna watch some happier ones now. I had some recommendations as well. What You Want, Bongo Bomb, Fire in the Booth. So thank you for listening to my ramble, hopefully educational spiel. Ren, fantastic work again from Ren. Some of his stuff is really light-hearted and it still has a message, usually. This was really powerful. This was really powerful. This was how relatable this was so important. And my favourite is chalk lines. That made me cry a lot, and that was really important too. This is like on par, I think, how I feel. The audio, I'm more of a fan of the chalk lines audio, but honestly, it's just a masterpiece either way. I like how he's versatile and he changes it up and it doesn't sound the same at all. I really like that. That's a real good strength. So all in all, brilliant work, as always. And that is a banger of some kind, but it's not quite on the banger playlist because that's for pumped up tunes. But it would go on my meaningful playlist. My favourite messages that I want people to take note of. Brilliant. Simply stunning. And I'll see you again for another one soon, and hopefully I'm not crying next time, but we never know. I cry a lot. I like to feel feelings and I like to share that with people, and that's my therapy, if you will, because I can't afford a therapist, so this is might even be a better thing. Take care of yourselves, okay? And if you were crying along with me, hopefully not, but if you were, make sure you hydrate. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye.